Gosh, so utterly pathetic. Then you've got the MAGA Republican senator from Florida, Ashley Moody. Here's what she's got to say. Play this clip.
And so, do not listen to the Democrats where they start talking about, oh, we have a constitutional crisis because we're arresting judges. We're arresting people that are committing crimes.
Absolutely.
It does not matter your position.
I mean, you see, it's one after the other. No, which is worse so far. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is asked about the deals that Donald Trump's not been making. What do they say? 90 deals in 90 days. And now they're somehow talking about, well, there's, just 17 deals and we're going to be bespoke. We're doing bespoke deals. Here, play this clip.
Right. Probably you get the best reviews of anyone in the administration outside the president. Your thoughts about the U.S.-China standoff right now?
Well, Brian, first of all, it's all the president, especially on the 18 important trading partners. We're doing bespoke deals, and he's going to be intimately involved in every one. 2 weeks ago, when we had the Japanese delegation come in, he started it in the Oval, and then we took them into the negotiating room. So he laid the groundwork, told them personally how important the relationship was, but also how important a fair deal for the American people is.
So, what is it?
First up, what are you talking about? Bespoke deals? You just want to use a big word to try to confuse people? But what do you even mean by bespoke? Like, or you think that we're going to be using the Mexico trade agreement for Japan? Are we going to use the Japan trade agreement for what? For Europe? I mean, of course, each individual agreement's going to have to be negotiated individually. A normal trade deal takes like 3 to 4 years to negotiate, not 90 days. And there were existing trade deals with these countries that Donald Trump tore apart. And now these other countries, after Donald Trump's tried to bully them and attack their sovereignty, we saw what happened in the election last night in Canada when the sovereignty is under attack. Okay. The dynamic of the politics in these countries, it's changing dramatically, and you got to stand up to Donald Trump. So now Trump has broken trade deals that existed and were working in the United States' favor. And now people don't really want to cut deals with Donald Trump anymore because they know that he's just a total fraud and a criminal. Next up, Brian Kilmeade asks Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, are you worried about empty shelves? Because all of these retailers are saying we're about to hit a summer of scarcity. I mean, the products are not arriving here in the United States. Does that bother you? Play this clip.
Currently right now, are you worried about empty shelves? Because they say that a lot of these, the supply lines and the cargo ships are being held up. A lot of people are saying, turn it around with the tariffs this high. I don't want the product. Are you worried about empty shelves?
Not at present. We have some great retailers. I assume they pre-ordered. I think we'll see some elasticities. I think we'll see replacements. And then we will see how quickly the Chinese want to de-escalate.
Tomorrow's
not at the present. No. Okay, not at the present, Bessent. How about in the future? Will it bother you tomorrow? Just out of curiosity. And by the way, even Trump's advisor, Steve Bannon, one of the top MAGA people, Steve Bannon, he's criticizing Trump and Hegseth because they want to do a $1 trillion defense budget, which is just going to skyrocket the deficit. They like the number trillion. So they want to add $1 trillion while they cut $880 billion in Medicaid, like $400 billion to education, $400 billion for agriculture, but $1 trillion for the defense budget. Here, play this clip.
And in this reconciliation, the big, beautiful bill, they're going to throw another $150 billion. That's over $1 trillion. And I love Pete Hegseth, but when Pete Hegseth puts out $1 trillion defense budget, all caps, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling like it got control of the building. The important thing here is that for America to be safe and to get a defense budget that doesn't drive us into bankruptcy, because you are not going to be able to touch social programs until you get cuts in defense. And people up there right now are selling you a bill of goods.
And by the way, just randomly, Ron DeSantis just gets heckled wherever he goes now. He's like one of the least popular people in Florida. Just a funny side story just to share with you here. Watch this.
Down there.
Hey, man, we got a good, that's a fraud. You should be ashamed of yourself for peddling those bogus narratives. So we were able to get,
I'll show you this one other clip right here of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, like begging China to call me maybe. Here's my number. Call me China. Here, play this clip.
Plan on calling your counterpart?
We will see what happens with China. That it's important. I think it's unsustainable from the Chinese side. So maybe they'll call me one day.
The WTO says trade could dip 80% between the U.S. and China if something doesn't happen quickly. Do you see it that way?
Well, look. That's why I believe it's unsustainable.
Oh man, Bessent's the worst. I mean, and there's like an arrogance to the way he talks too, right? He's like, well, I just think that we all know, just bespoke, China bespoke. Okay, dude, what are you talking about? You just look like Bernie Madoff. You're so pathetic, Bessent. And by the way, so then the Trump regime allows in what they call new media into briefing, which are all these like far right-wing weird, whatever the propagandists, and they go in and let me show you just a type of question that's being asked now in the White House. And again, this is just further humiliating. They're saying that, they're like, I just want to thank Donald Trump because our Uber drivers speak English now, and he's got rid of all those Uber drivers who speak other languages. Here, play this clip.
An accessible presidency in American history. So with that, let's kick it off. And I'm happy to take your question first, Aaron.
Thanks so much, Caroline, both for having us and for granting me the first question here.
Sure.
And I can attest to the deportations in Florida. My Uber drivers finally speak English again. So thank you for that. But my question for you is, what are the administration's plans for those who continue to defy the executive orders? Most notably on my mind are the ones related to what some would call trans men. I would call men masquerade as trans women, which are men masquerading as girls in girls.
What? And with all of that going on too, I got to give a hat tip to Democratic Congress member Joe Neguse from Colorado. He's incredible. So he's in the Rules Committee, and as part of the Rules Committee, you get to cross-examine the MAGA Republican Congress members who are putting forward rules. And so as the MAGA Republicans try to push through their budget and do all this reconciliation, Joe Neguse does an incredible cross-exam. He always does. I love highlighting it here on the Midas Touch Network. But watch how he just makes minced meat of these MAGA Republicans. Watch this.
Do the people of your district want prices of cars, generally, used cars, new cars, to go up?
No, of course
no.
not. You know,
okay. Sounds like that's not a controversial position. I think most Americans don't want the prices of their vehicles to go up. Is that right, Mr. Joyce? Or is that, I can't get you to agree on that?
I think that they want to pay for the vehicle that they want to choose.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I think I understand why you don't want to answer that question directly. And it's because you know that car prices are going up.
And here he is again. Let's play it.
Correct. 4 years ago during COVID, I don't really understand that. I'm not asking you about car prices during the COVID pandemic. What I'm asking you is
the market drives what those costs are. And what my
and why do you
concern
think the market is changing right now?
Why the CRA is in place is that we are concerned that that is going to drive additional costs that America cannot afford.
I see, but you're not concerned at all about the tariffs.
I think that the tariffs are short-term pain for long-term
Short-term pain. Let me just tell you, I'm not going to, I don't want to impugn your motives here. I can just tell you that my constituents in Colorado didn't sign up for the short-term pain that you're apparently comfortable with. They don't want car prices to go up. And the fact that you can't bring yourself to just even agree with me on that premise, the notion that generally speaking, we should try to keep costs low, to me speaks volumes. No one here is prepared to defend President Trump's reckless tariff policies and yet simultaneously refuse to concede to the reality that these policies are wreaking economic havoc in communities in Colorado and in your communities, sir. And I understand that we have a policy disagreement about this CRA, but what I am telling you is that for the first time in 3 years, used car prices on average went up 2 days ago. And there's a reason for it. So the reason is Mr. Trump's policies, not a CRA that just went into effect. So with that, Madam Chair, again, I appreciate your indulgence and giving me the opportunity to say a few words here. And